Hey Narwhals, I'm your host Luke Narwhal, and welcome back to another weight loss video. Hope you enjoy. What do skinny people actually eat every day? I swear that I see thin people eating more fattening things more often than me, yet I'm the obese one. It's beyond frustrating. If you Google what do skinny people eat, you'll get this WikiHow article that honestly seems absolutely absurd. It says, eat without distractions and avoid high-calorie foods, which I get, but also I know thin people who order takeout twice weekly. I know thin people who always eat Netflix on with every meal. It says to never skip a meal. Well, easier said than done. I guess every thin person must have had a static work schedule then, huh? No thin person works retail and has to adjust to 6 a.m. shifts one day and then 5 p.m. shifts the next. It just doesn't make any sense to me. I just feel like thin people don't even live by the diets that I'm told they supposedly live by. So, I want to know really, what do thin people eat every day? And I mean, I want to know everything they eat. I see thin people eating a pint of ice cream. I want to know if that's actually the first pint you've had all week. I want to know if you eat the whole thing in one sitting, or if you take flour spoonfuls then put it back on the refrigerator. I want to know if you get home from work and do intense cardio to burn off the 1K plus calorie iced coffee you order every morning. I want to know if you limit yourself to 3 mozzarella sticks like it says on the box serving size amount. I want to know if you ignore it when your stomach is growling because you already ate. I want to know if you get home from a 12-hour work day and then stand at the stove to cook yourself a meal instead of ordering takeout. I just don't get it, and that's a big reason why it's so hard for me to lose weight. I feel like everyone is allowed to enjoy food. Except for me. I know I'm not perfect and there are absolutely plenty of habits I need to kick if I want to lose the weight, but man, it just seems downright cruel and nonsensical. If I really want to indulge in my favorite snack, do I really have to torture myself with just 5 potato chips, then put the bag away until next week? Or do I really have to skip dinner if I want to eat a pint of ice cream? Don't even get me started on exercise. I know damn well the majority of thin people with jobs absolutely do not go for a 2-hour jog on their day off. It just doesn't seem real to me. I swear it's as if I'm going nuts. I'm a guy struggling with my weight, and my wife is exactly the same BMI, 21, that she was when we met 13 years ago. For the longest time, it drove me insane, as I generally eat healthy, and she is completely addicted to sweets. Until a couple of years ago, I noted 2 things. 1, besides candy, she eats very little. On most days, she eats half for lunch, barely any breakfast, and usually nothing much for dinner. 2, we are both emotional eaters. But when I am distressed, I binge, and when she's distressed, she refuses to eat. Now, none of these behaviors is healthy, and she's making an effort to move a healthier lifestyle, but this is how she is naturally thin. Background: I've been slim for almost 5 years now. Was bordering on obese before, but was slim when I was young. When you see me eat, like when I go with you and other friends, it will be pizza, pasta, a burger, or a piece of cake, and a heap ton of sugary coffee. How is this possible? When I go out with friends, I plan for it. I might skip breakfast on that day or eat only soup the next evening. When I am social, I enjoy food, but I restrict when I'm alone. People don't see me doing that at home. They think that I have a magic body that defies the laws of physics, or that I am slim by genes. I am not. It's an uphill battle every day. I lived with my naturally skinny roommate and noticed a few things. Yes, she ate as freely as I did, but she didn't eat much. 1, she didn't eat breakfast all that often. Depends on if she was hungry in the morning, but she'll indulge in Dunkin' Donuts every now and then. 2, she ate slowly, and usually never ate a full plate. She always take a doggy bag home. We would go to get something, or she'll just get something delivered and eat at most 1/4 before she was full. By the time she ate her 1/4, I'd be done with my full plate and feel overstuffed. She naturally stops eating when she was full and gave herself the time to feel full. 3, again, her meals, plates, and portions were small. It wasn't what she ate the same overall trash I did, but how much. 4, she'll have the occasional 1 meal a day days because she just wasn't hungry. Mostly these would follow days where she ate a large dinner. 5, she would have 2 chocolate chip cookies most nights. Just 2, never more. I cannot just have 2 cookies, but she never wanted more than that. Again, it was that portion control. And the worst thing about it, as a fatty saying this was instinctive. She didn't even try to eat like this. That's just how she ate. It was effortless. The thing is, the difference between a healthy BMI compared to an obese BMI can be as little as a few extra 100 calories per day. For example, a woman my height, 5'9", who is sedentary and weighs 220 pounds, so class 1 obese, requires 2100-ish calories each day to maintain this weight. For a woman same height but weighing 160 pounds, a healthy BMI, you need to eat 1830-ish a day to maintain. That is only a difference of 200 to 300 calories, like 2 extra slices of bread a day or a few tablespoons of olive oil. This is why the stereotypes of the gluttonous overweight person who eats everything in sight and the skinny person who lives off cabbage, soup, and air doesn't actually apply to most people. The vast majority of naturally skinny people that I know are generally not habitual overeaters, but they also don't starve themselves or eat accordingly to all the odd rules you might find from Googling how thin people eat. Most of that stuff is diet culture nonsense, designed to make weight management and weight loss seem complicated and impossible. Everyone is different, of course, but the general rule of thumb is that overweight people regularly eat beyond the maintenance amount of calories needed for a healthy weight at their height. Some overweight people struggle with the binge ED or emotional eating or generally having bigger appetites and cultural or family influences and general ignorance about nutrition. And thin people eat within their maintenance, either because they are conscious about calories and nutrition or simply because their cultural and family influences and general smaller appetite or lack of interest in food. I personally don't subscribe to the idea of thin people and overweight people being massively genetically predetermined or victims of fate. It's all about small, seemingly insignificant choices over time. This is a common belief among many obese individuals. As a former obese person, I shared it. I always thought my brother ate way worse than me, and yet he was skinny. Nope, here's the reality. 1, he never snacked. I did. 2, he didn't go back for seconds. I did. 3, he could skip meals. I didn't. 4, he worked out at the gym. I didn't. And 5, he played high-intensity sports like football, while I played the more sedentary baseball. Also, I never spent 24 hours a day with him. That is what you truly have to do to see what skinny people eat like. Here's how I lost 100 plus pounds and got into the normal weight range, plus how I will maintain. 1, calories in, calories out, calculated by my total daily energy expenditure and ate at a deficit. 2, focused on eating proteins and fats, avoided sugars and limited carbs. This kept me full and shot away cravings. 3, drink lots of water and avoid liquid calories. 4, daily stationary biking for exercise, which burns around 700 to 900 calories per 75-minute session per my Apple Watch. I do this exercise because I can read, play a game, watch YouTube, etc. while doing it, and this counteracts my sedentary desk job. 5, engage in motivating content. This includes the subreddit, Fat Logic, weight loss advice, fitness YouTubers, a supportive family, blessed on that front, and so on. And 6, for maintenance, 15 pounds away from that, I will continue my exercise routine and simply up the calories. If I know a big dinner is coming, I will compensate by eating less before. If you don't plan to fail. I am a 5'6" woman, 125 pounds. I have a lot of tricks I developed over the years. I only drink water, black tea, black coffee. Once a month or on vacation, I'll have some wine. I use slightly smaller plates. I drink water before meals. I know my weaknesses, chips, and I don't buy them. At parties, if I'm parked next to the chip bowl, my kids will remind me to stop. I do cook myself after a 12-hour day because it's cheaper, healthier, and I know exactly how much oil and butter goes in. I remember restaurants exist to make a profit, not to keep me healthy. They will load it up with delicious calories to keep me coming back. Or sometimes I won't cook and will just put together a yogurt parfait or a sandwich. I don't eat mozzarella sticks. Those are for my kids. I don't eat a pint of ice cream either. I work too hard on my health to blow it on that. It's not worth it to me. I do eat huge amounts of veggies, fruits, and grains, some fish, some meat, and eggs. I used to enter my foods into Fitbit to see if I was over or under budget. It's shocking at first, but it gives you the info you need to be successful. I exercise 3 to 5 times a week. No gym as I don't have time. YouTube videos are a 3-mile run. The fitness marshal is a blast. I sometimes skip a meal because I'm just too busy. After, I try not to make up for it, but just eat normally. In my case, I have a deep belief. I have this body that is so good to me, it takes me everywhere I want to go, and we have amazing adventures together. I only get one body and can't trade it in. I make huge efforts to trade it well with the healthiest foods and take it out for exercise like you would do for a dog you love. I don't do it for the looks, but because I value it and my good health. That belief overrides my transient want for things like ice cream, or in my case, fried salty things. I'm committed to myself. I hope this answers your questions, and I hope you can steal my tricks and find the success you're longing for. And that brings us to the end of the video, Narwhals. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, please tap subscribe to join our awesome community, the Narwhals, and for more weight loss stories that help you stay on track. And here's our featured Narwhal of the day. 2 years, and I went from 222 pounds, 101 kilos, to now 178 pounds, 81 kilos. And the journey has been amazing, and I'd argue it's the best part. I'm not done yet though. I'm absolutely loving my new body, my new confidence. Interactions with people are so much more positive now.